Hello, friends. Welcome to Turn a Stone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in. Welcome back if you're returning. For today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what Spirit wants you to know right now. This is a general reading. I will be inviting Spirit to bring forward whatever they wish to speak to you about at this present time, at the time that you're coming across this reading. So know that this is a very intuitive reading, and it is designed to reach you at the exact moment that you need to hear these words. You can choose from 3 piles for today's reading. Pile 1 is the black and white feather, pile 2 is the yellow feather, and pile 3 is the green feather with the white tip. Timestamps are in the description box below. Please click ahead to your reading, and I will see you in your chosen group. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. This is a look at what you need to hear now. Let's take a look at your cards and see what your spirit team is bringing forward for you at this time. The card that you chose in the intro, this is the nuthatch, the darling little nuthatch. If you had the opportunity to see a nuthatch in real life, you may know they're very friendly birds. They aren't so afraid of humans. Some birds are a little bit more guarded around humans, but nuthatches can be very friendly spirits. This card says, stay grounded and welcome new knowledge and perspective coming to you. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. So I do see a new kind of world opening up for you, a new opportunity coming in for you. Your reading has transition vibes all over it. So this reading is really speaking about a transition that you're going through at the moment. If you don't feel that transition applies to you, this may not be your reading, because this is very much a hallmark of this reading. But you have the lovely little nuthatch. They're industrious creatures. They stay very, busy kind of collecting their seeds and all that they need to survive and flitting around all during the day. So you may be somebody who's very busy. Maybe you work a lot, or you just like to keep busy. Very detail oriented as well. There was a lot about detail orientation in your reading as well. So you may be somebody who likes to really pay close attention to things, pay attention to the details. And that certainly is confirmed here with the nuthatch as well. So that is the card that you were drawn to. I also drew an animal spirit card for you. And the card that came out there is the mouse. And that's very interesting, because the mouse and the nuthatch, they can have some similar qualities in terms of being very industrious, really being resourceful. They're very good at gathering the resources they need. Also, both creatures very detail oriented. The mouse is kind of looking for where it can get what it needs and keeping track of that and making sure, day and night that its needs are being cared for and tended to. So you may resonate with that. Again, the sense of wanting to keep busy, be busy, being very resourceful as well. That may be something you resonate with. The interesting thing that came through on this card as well is, if you notice all these little different colors, the little orbs here on the mouse card, I'm reading that almost as little spirits that are guiding the mouse. So I do believe you are very divinely guided at this time, and beyond this time as well. I think you do have some spirit guides working with you to guide you, to help you find what you need to progress in life. So do know, that you have spiritual support, spiritual guidance. You may be aware of this or you may not, but this is definitely coming through your reading as something that is relevant for you. So I will put that there. And let's take a look at the cards that we have for you. So we've got the Four of Wands reversed and the Victory and Success. And these are coming out in your past position here. So what this is telling me is that you have been very successful in the past, building up something that I think was very successful. I think you built up a beautiful foundation for yourself, whether that was in terms of a home, in terms of a family, in terms of a business for some of you. For some of you, this may be regarding a relationship. You had something really beautiful in your life, but the reading is suggesting that this thing may have come to an end. It may have something may have occurred where things were upended. I'm hearing for some of you. I'm hearing that it may have been very sudden. That won't be for everyone, but maybe for some of you, was a very sudden ending to something that you had built up and that you were enjoying, and that was a very positive thing in your life. There may have been an ending of this arrangement, this relationship, this resource even. Something has come to an end. And in the present position, we have the Nine of Swords and the heart chakra. So whatever this ending has been, I think is affecting you very deeply. It's affecting your heart space. It's affecting you on a heart level. You may be experiencing sleepless nights. You may be having dreams that are trying to communicate to you about whatever this loss was. You are, I think, again, there is this sense of both the mouse and the nuthatch are creatures that are sort of prone to anxiety. They do a lot of sort of quick movements, flitting around, jumping from thing to thing. That may reflect the quality of your mind at times. You may have a mind that sort of jumps from thing to thing. I'm also getting a sense of maybe it's a bit of suspicion here with the eyes on this figure here, and next to this reverse Ten of Swords, and all of these kind of pointing fingers, pointing pins. There may be a sense that you feel that others are judging you, maybe for this thing that didn't work out, or this thing that you built up, or this thing that you were enjoying that has now ended. Do you feel judged in some way for this? That's a suggestion of some of the cards that are presenting here. But there is a transition going on, and your spirit guides are working with you. They're working with your heart space right now. Perhaps even when you sleep, there is a healing taking place within your heart space to help you move on from this transition. They're showing me that the change that is occurring for you with the Stand Your Ground card here is meant to align you with a deeper sense of who you are, a deeper sense of your own authenticity. So you are actually moving towards something that is deeply in alignment with your essence, with perhaps the very reason that you incarnated here on earth. The Stand Your Ground card is really about authenticity, really staying true to yourself in all circumstances, or as much as you can. It may even be a cause that you feel very passionate about here too. There can be some passion with the Stand Your Ground card as well. So I think as you're moving through this transition, you're having to kind of work through these anxieties, these fears maybe about what your future will be or can be. Maybe working through some worries and anxieties, maybe about how all of this is possibly going to work for you. You may not see your way clearly forward. The advice from Spirit here with the third eye chakra card and the Tower here in the reverse position, you are really being asked to listen to your intuition. We had the words on the nuthatch card here. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective that is coming to you. So I think your spirit team is bringing in new knowledge, new intuition, new ideas. They're bringing that forward for you, and they really want you to listen to your intuition and listen to your heart. If your heart resonates with something, if something really feels like it's, causing a pleasant sensation in your heart space, that is an indication that this is something that you can work with going forward in a positive way. You are being asked to release the past here with the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Tower in reverse. This is the ultimate letting go combination here. Your spirit team is wanting to take you out of this space of worries, anxieties, this difficulty in the heart space that I think you're encouraging due to whatever loss you have experienced here. They are wanting to help you release this, and their advice is to to trust your intuition when you feel intuitively led. I am also sort of with this Nine of Swords figure and this Tower figure, the way that they're sort of clinging and their arms are around either themselves, or this is the thing that is disappearing. And with the heart chakra coming up, if there is grief coming up, do allow yourself to feel that grief fully. Know that it's okay to grieve the past that you've lost, or this past situation, or this past arrangement that you had enjoyed and you had put time and energy into it. Of course, it's very natural that you're going to grieve that, and let that be okay. You do have, some spiritual support in moving through this process, as we see with the mouse and all of the little spirit guides around the mouse. There is support for you to move through the grief and the loss of this so that you can get to a more empowered place. They're trying to bring you to a more empowered place using your intuition so that you can reach something that is much more aligned for you. So this is your encouragement from your spirit team to, just be very accepting of any grief you may be feeling, be very understanding with whatever anxiety is occurring for you. I heard meaningful project as I was pulling your cards together. So your spirit team is telling me that a meaningful project is very important for you now. If you can start to put your time and attention towards work that is meaningful for you in some way, whatever way resonates for you. Again, you'll be relying on your own intuition and in authenticity for this. But this will help you to kind of progress through some of, I think, the heavier emotions that may be in your heart space at the moment, and will help to give you more positive momentum forward. But again, be very patient with whatever grieving is going on, because that's very natural when we lose something, or something, some situation ends for us. It can be very difficult to move on through that. So do know that your transition is receiving divine help at this time with these two chakra cards coming out. This to me is an indication that you're receiving healing from spirit team regarding these two energy centers in your field. So that should help you along with this transition that you're going through. So I wish you all the best, my pile one. Again, this looks, these are not the easiest things to go through, but the ultimate goal here is to align you with something that really does kind of speak to your heart space, that really does resonate with who you truly are at your core, your kind of your intended way of being here on this earth. So I think that is what your spirit team is working with you on to bring into being. So thank you very much for tuning into this reading. If you can take a moment to like and subscribe, that greatly helps to support my channel, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you have a beautiful day full of light, love, and boundless blessings, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is what you need to hear now. So we have some advice from Spirit for you today. A lot of interesting things going on in your reading. Your reading actually started coming to me yesterday, so it's very curious how Spirit was bringing in messages well advance of when I sat down with your cards and pulled your cards. So there's some urgency around this message for you. I had planned to go off and do other things, but Spirit said, no, let's record this right now when the ideas are fresh. And that is very much a message that is within your reading. There's some sense of capturing things right away, not letting things stagnate, making sure you're, acting on ideas and impulses and things that come to you, inspirations, and so forth. So I'm already kind of jumping ahead. I usually start right away with looking at your cover card, but there, like I said, there is some urgency to your reading, which is very interesting. So let's begin from the top here. The first card that we have for you, the card that you were drawn to in the introduction, this is the Canary card. It says, "Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice." Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. So, a lot of you, this will involve some degree of self expression. There is so much going on in your reading with the color yellow here. I don't know if you can see the yellow in the strength dress. There's a lot of light in your reading. We've got, the yellowy light here, the yellowy light of the sun here. So, a lot of beautiful, like, powerful power, self-expression, self-power, self-possession, all of those themes are coming through your reading very strongly. So this beautiful canary. So there may be some idea that Spirit would like you to express. I'm getting some ringing in my ears. So some of you, there's something that Spirit urgently wants you to express. And when I say urgently wants you to express, I don't mean, you have to do it yesterday. I'm just saying that Spirit wants you to really pay attention to the ideas and inspirations that are coming to you and take action on them in some regard. So that may be getting them down on paper, recording them somehow, maybe taking some actions to get things moving, those kinds of things. So fascinating start to your reading here, pile 2. I also drew an animal spirit card for you, and we got the firefly. And so interesting because last night I saw my very first firefly of the year. And here is the firefly card. Like, it's just, the synchronicity is really quite amazing. So I think your reading was already coming through. And this is just confirmation here. But the firefly talks about things that are fleeting, things that, they're just a spark of inspiration, and you really need to sort of catch the spark when it is happening or soon after it happens, because you don't want to let these, these brief energies fade. Often, inspiration, it is said, can be transferred to someone else. If we don't act on our inspiration, that inspiration can be given to another. So I think Spirit is wanting to get your attention with this reading, to let you know that you are being sent very valuable inspiration at this time, and to do something with it. Don't just sit on it, don't let it fade, don't ignore it. Really take action on the beautiful inspiration that is coming your way. So let's take a look at your cards. Really interesting cards we have for you. I've kind of I pulled it looking at the past, the present, the future, and then getting some advice from Spirit. So in the past, we have the Magician and the Light card. So I am seeing that you are this really beautiful manifester. You are this beautiful conduit, I think, for creative expression, for spiritual information, spiritual messages. This can even be creative impulses like music or art, or the written word, perhaps, or the spoken word. All kinds of possibilities here with the Magician and Light, and some really beautiful, uplifting, guiding kinds of creative expression coming through you here. And I see this as being kind of your birthright. This may be of something you experienced in childhood. Maybe you remember feeling like a very creative child, feeling like it was very easy to think up new things, dream up new things, to just sort of create and play and imagine. And I think with the cards coming out here in your present position, the Three of Pentacles and the Wisdom card, I think you've had to step away from this natural creativity, this natural ability to just sort of channel the light and, follow this divine expression. For some of you, I'm hearing the word conformity. Perhaps you feel like you've had to conform in some way. I'm noticing how this figure here, he's sort of looking towards this kind of traditional family unit that's kind of shrouded in gray here. And his back is turned to us. So that to me suggests, his back is kind of turned to maybe this divine inspiration. I'm also seeing divine inspiration here with this solitude card. And he's looking more towards, things that are accepted and expected in the earthly realm, whether that's a traditional kind of job, a traditional way of making money, a traditional way of having a family, something kind of traditional here. But that's not where the light is for this individual. The light is over here on this side, but he's focused on, looking at this more kind of traditional way of being. And with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse position, I'm seeing that something involving others has not worked out for you. You may be dealing with this right now. For some of you, I heard the words sticky situation. So maybe you currently or very recently have found yourself in kind of a sticky situation with regarding other people. And it's just something that isn't really, I think you come to things with very pure intentions, with all this delightful creative energy, and I think you came to something with very pure intentions and wanted to create some kind of a life or a situation for yourself, perhaps, and for others. And I think it has not turned out the way that you expected here with the Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Wisdom card. Do take heart because you are learning something valuable in this process. It may feel uncomfortable at the present time, but it is showing you something very important. You are learning an important lesson. You are gaining valuable insights from this, which are going to serve you going forward. However, they may not be the most pleasant, it may not be a very pleasant lesson to learn. So I'm not sure exactly what has gone on for you. It is, I'm hearing that it's something involving others. It's something regarding trying to work with others in some way. This can even be working with others, in terms of having a relationship or a household or something along those lines. Or it can be in a business setting as well. Maybe, for example, you tried to follow a very traditional career path, and something about this traditional career path just hasn't worked out for you. It's just kind of not coming together. People don't seem to be cooperating. There's something here about, the forces just really not gelling in this situation. So when I look to the future here, I am seeing that you are, you do indeed have this ability to bring things into being, to manifest beautiful things. Spirit is bringing you this reading to remind you that you have these beautiful manifestation capabilities. You are, privy to some wonderful, beautiful dreams and inspirations that you really can ground here on earth. With the Solitude card, again, this is kind of suggesting that divine inspiration coming to you. I think some of these divine ideas and inspirations can, to put it bluntly, I think they can make you a lot of money. I think they can create abundance in your life and perhaps in the lives of others as well. Again, I'm seeing some reference to the written word. It won't apply to all of you, but maybe some of you use the written word in some respect. I think this can be very profitable for you, as long as you're aligned with the light and bringing divine inspiration into your work. I think you will see very positive material results from this. So Spirit is wanting to remind you that you were born, a magical creator. You have the ability to create something from nothing. You have the ability to walk the path of light here. And, you have the ability to be guided along your path, I think divinely, to bring beautiful manifestations to this earthly realm. So Spirit does not want you to be discouraged by whatever has happened here. This, I think, more traditional method that has not worked out for you. It is simply a lesson for you. It may be slightly rerouting your path here so that you can follow this divine inspiration, that you can receive these divine downloads and, bring more abundance in your life. When we've got the advice cards here, it's interesting because the yellow color, look, you've got yellow in canary, yellow in firefly, and this yellow dress in the strength card. This is showing me that you are building strength through this process, through whatever you've learned here, trying to adhere to this traditional model. It is teaching you strength. It's strength that you'll be able to use in the future so that you are more able to bring things into manifestation. With the strength card too, and this King of Cups card, I heard the expression, experienced sailors were never born out of calm seas. So difficulties that you have in life actually help to give you the very skills and knowledge that you need to proceed more successfully in life. So do take heart that, what you are learning now from this present situation not working out, whatever this has been for you, this is giving you the skill set to weather any stormy seas. You are going to be able to navigate this, to kind of sail through any obstacles and hardships that may be presented to you. It's interesting, you also got the obstacles and challenges card here. And this card, I see these little orbs here. You have a lot about divine guidance in your reading here with these little orbs of light here. The solitude card, I don't know if you can see kind of the light streaming through in this card here. It's kind of coming into this tower. So this is often about receiving divine guidance. But I do get the sense that you are divinely guided. Even here in the Magician, these little orbs around her magic wand there. You really are very connected to the divine. The divine has a plan for you. The divine wants you to bring these things into manifestation. And you're not going to do that via the traditional route. It's just, you're understanding now that that's not going to work for you, that there's something, there's something different for you. You are this innovator, this creator, and you're meant to kind of catch that spark and carry it forward. And it's not going to look like the things that you're used to seeing. So do know the experience that you're living through now. It is teaching you how to deal with these obstacles and challenges. You are going to be able to navigate, through these, even like if there's a seeming mountain in your way, somehow, some way, you are going to be able to get through it. You have the strength and the fortitude to get through it, and the insight now with the lessons that you're currently learning to be able to better manifest this beautiful abundance that you are bringing into being. So that is the reading that I have for you, my pile 2. I hope this made sense to you. If you'd like to support my channel, please subscribe and hit that like button. It does a lot to help support my work here on YouTube and help me to continue offering these free readings. So thank you very much. I wish you a beautiful day full of light, love, and boundless blessings, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is what you need to hear now from Spirit. We have an interesting message for you today. I'm so glad you're joining me for this reading. Let's start with your cover card here. So the card that you chose in the intro, this beautiful little green multicolored card here, is the Hummingbird card. And it says, release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. Beautiful news for you, pile 3. I do definitely see some joy and, some beautiful things happening for you in your reading here, perhaps in the future. So this card kind of echoes what we're seeing in your cards very nicely. I did also draw for you an animal spirit card, and that card that came out for you is the bat card. So this card often suggests coming out of a dark time. Maybe you have experienced a dark time in the past. This is a card also of the subtle senses. So I think you've been having to sort of navigate through life using some very subtle senses, perhaps kind of feeling your way through situations or a particular situation. But again, this is definitely a card of something ending, the light in the darkness, getting out of a dark time. All of those things are indicated with the bat card. So let's see what's going on with your tarot here to show you a little bit more. And it's interesting, you've got 2 flying creatures here. So there's a lot about this sort of lightening up, being more light. We've got the floating 6 of Swords image here. We've got the little birds here on your 4 of Wands. So definitely Spirit is bringing you this reading, I think, wanting to infuse you with more lightness, with glimpses of the joy that is coming your way. So let's talk about what's going on here. I did ask Spirit about your past so we could get some insight into, the situation that we're dealing with here. And I was shown the Wheel of Fortune and the Truth card in reverse. And with this Wheel of Fortune card, I really got a strong sense of someone waiting, maybe waiting around for someone else, waiting around for something to happen. A real sense of perhaps you were in a past situation where you felt like you were waiting and time was just kind of going on and things were not, the situation was not changing perhaps as you expected it to. And the reason being, there was someone or something in this situation that was not truthful. Perhaps this was a person who was not being truthful with you. Sometimes, this can sometimes even be us not being truthful with ourselves. Perhaps there was some truth to this situation. If it, was a different kind of situation. There may have been some truth that was hidden from us, not disclosed, which led us to have kind of false expectations of what would happen. And so we waited because, the truth was hidden as to what was really going on or what the real motivations were. And we didn't get our desired result. We didn't get what we were promised, perhaps. We didn't get what we expected. And we ultimately now are pile 3. I believe you're finding yourself, you are beginning this process of moving on here with the 6 of Swords card coming out for you. And with the light card, I think you are, wanting to chase the light. I think this situation was very difficult for you. With the bat card coming out, I am getting a sense of like heaviness with that, or maybe who felt in the dark about something. And you're wanting to move in the light. Like this is more in line with who you really are, is to kind of walk the path of light, to be hopeful, to be optimistic. But I think the situation that has occurred here with whatever didn't work for you and, has kind of forced you to move on, because there was really nothing in it. There were, no real, whatever promises were offered were not honored. So you're having to move on and find, the beautiful happiness and light and joy that you so desire. I do see you being guided here. We've got this sort of guiding star here in this card. Here she's kind of looking towards these guiding stars here. So I am getting a sense of divine guidance for you. So I think you are being, perhaps you're receiving ideas or inspiration. as you kind of move away from this situation to help you move forward. This reading is encouraging you to go after, that which makes you happy, that which brings you joy. I think joy and levity are really needed for you at this time to help you advance into this beautiful, bright future that we have for you. If you are wondering about a particular partnership, if this sounds like a particular partnership that you were in, um, I am seeing some partnership energy in your reading here with the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands and the Passion Ignited. So for some of you, there is another partner, I think, that is coming in for you here with some of the cards that are indicated. You may not have met this person yet. These are showing up in kind of the future positions. But, if you had to walk away from a partner because they didn't fulfill promises or expectations for some reason. I do see a new wonderful partnership coming through for you. The Four of Wands is here. We have a partnership celebrating here. So I think there is a really beautiful connection coming in for you. It may be a friendship as well. Perhaps this is a friend situation where you've had to move on from a friend. And I do see you, really meeting another soul that you can really feel on the same page with and really share your joy with. We do have the Patience and Planning card, and it's interesting. It comes under the Two of Cups, and then there are these two pillars here. So there is this theme of partnership in your reading. But there may be a bit of patience required. I wouldn't get too caught up in that. But just, be advised that this might not be something that occurs overnight. In fact, maybe this friendship or partnership that develops over a bit of time. It might be something that kind of starts small and grows slowly, and eventually kind of becomes a foundational thing for you here with the Four of Wands. So I do see you moving on to, feeling more, being able to feel joy again, if that's something you're missing in your life at the present time or finding it difficult to experience with this Six of Swords and that black cloud. To me, this can often signify feelings of depression, feelings of low mood. But with this light card here, I think you are attempting to balance it with some lighter states of being, lighter states of mind. Spirit is very much encouraging you to focus on the future at this time, and to focus on what you love doing, on what brings you joy, what does make you happy. And I think even spending time with yourself here, the Two of Cups can often be about integration. So there may be, parts of yourself that are kind of calling to you at this time. So if you have, unusual interests that you've never pursued before, but have always had a little bit of a spark about wanting to pursue a particular interest, this might be a good time to kind of climb that staircase, as it were, and, maybe check it out. These things, I think, can lead to some beautiful new doors opening for you in the future. I do, see a lot of positivity ahead for you. And with this hummingbird card and the bat card combined, Spirit is encouraging you to kind of let go, move on, find things that light you up, find things that bring you joy, follow the breadcrumbs of that joy, and I think you will start to see things get better and better and better for you. I was also being called to read you from the bat description in the book. This is from the Animal Spirit Guide, The Wild Unknown by Kim Krans. And it says, Bat, darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. When in balance, the bat accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, bat spirit refuses to let go and reminisces. To bring into balance, watch the sunrise. So that is the prescription of the bat, there to watch the sunrise. If that's something that you're not accustomed to doing, it might be good medicine for you to get up early one morning, watch the sunrise. Imagine all of the promise that is embedded in a new day, a new dawn, because I really do see a beautiful new dawn for you. You've got a passion here, you've got celebration, you've got meaningful partnership here. You're able to sort of plan a new life. So I think there's some like beautiful shoots of growth and development ahead for you. And the more that you can find joy within your life at present, I think that will encourage you to move onward. And do get up and watch that sunrise at least once, maybe in the coming month. If you can schedule just one day to get up and watch the sunrise, I think you might find it quite a transformative experience. So my pile 3, that is the message that I have for you from Spirit for what you need to know right now. I hope you found this reading helpful and useful. Please comment down below if you liked this reading, or click that like button. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. It does help to support my work, and I'm very grateful. Thank you again for your time and attention. I wish you a beautiful day full of light, love, and boundless blessings, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you.